Hi everybody, Jeff Appleby here from Oakland Realty. We're underneath the cherry blossoms on 11th and Ontario. It's beautiful. It's May 2022 and things are starting to get interesting. So the main headline from the Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver is that home buyer demand in Metro Vancouver returned to more historically typical levels. Nothing to see here, don't worry about it. Now this is true. Home sales were still 1.5% above the 10-year average for the month of April, but there is nothing normal about a 26% decline in sales activity, and it's a bit of a sign of what's to come, and it's a pretty serious change in pace. So to recap from the last few months, the Bank of Canada increased the overnight lending rate by 1/4 point March 2nd. That's the normal level. They usually increase or decrease rates, but with inflation continuing to rage, they did increase the overnight rate 0.5% in April, and they're planning on doing that probably again in June. That's the first time they've used a 0.5 point increase in over 20 years. So it is kind of an extreme change. And we've noted in the past that interest rates are if not the major driving factor in sort of market activity and price changes and affordability. So there is really no coincidence that when we had the fastest moving market of all time and most price increases basically in history over the last year, that was in the lowest interest rate environment in history as well. So these interest rate changes are going to impact the market. No doubt about that. These changes will also, they'll dampen buyer demand, they'll increase inventory, and they're also going to impact prices, which we haven't really seen statistically that much yet, but we're starting to see it a little bit. But those other indicators, sales to active ratios and those things, those are leading indicators. We'll see the price movement coming down the road. So in reality, this is actually going to be pretty good for first-time home buyers and people looking to move up. If you're looking to sell an investment condo maybe, or you're flipping a house, you'd want to move that as soon as possible. I think leading into the summer, there's going to be some downward pressure on pricing. So finally, a little context on the numbers. So the most frantic buying did happen outside of the city over the last year. So the Fraser Valley, Sunshine Coast, Vancouver Island. So it's no surprise that we're seeing the biggest reversal in those areas. So if we look at detached home sales in Abbotsford, sales were down 57% in the month of April compared to March, and inventory was up 15%. Surrey, sales were down 38%, inventory was up 23%. But in East Vancouver and a little closer to home, sales were down 38%. Inventory was only up 5%. North Vancouver, sales were down 18%. Inventory was up 18%. So a little less extreme, closer to the city. I haven't spoken a ton about condos today. Some of the same trends at play, a little different. Let me know if you want to chat about it. If you are planning to move in the next year, get in touch. Let's talk about a strategy. There is a lot of opportunity in this market, but you got to play it right and look at what you're doing. Happy to hear from you. Have a great day.